Hey everybody, this is Mike at Next Opportunity Events, and now that we are about a week and a half or so into 2021, I just wanted to take a minute to give some of my reflections on 2020, how the year went from our perspective here at Next Opportunity Events, our view of how the year went from a race director's perspective, and how I think we might be able to move forward and eventually look back on all this as a great learning opportunity. So 2020 really started out when we look back at January and February. There was a lot of hope for us here. Brandy and I were really looking forward to doing our four main events: the Big Turtle, the Hot 100, which we were bringing back after a little bit of a layoff, the Breaks Ultra, and the Rough Trail 50K. We were just looking at doing those again, really focusing on those, taking them up a notch, and really doing all those events to the next level. So the year started off for us with a ton of excitement, and for me personally, a lot of hope and excitement as well. On a personal level, because I launched my woodworking business in late February. I've been woodworking since I was 23 years old when I started doing it in college, and I've always dreamed of starting a woodworking business. I finally got that off the ground in late February, right before things went south. It's back on the ground now. So we really started off the year with a lot of hope and a lot of enthusiasm, and it looked like it was going to be a great year. Of course, little did we know what was about to happen in mid-March, when things really started to get bad with COVID-19. So that was the topic of conversation, and the only topic that any of us really had focused on all year: COVID-19 everywhere, because it was really devastating to a lot of people, personally, socially, professionally, and economically, and we are no exception to that. For those of you that don't know us personally or haven't interacted with us a lot, Brandy and I don't do this full time. Brandy is a health policy analyst full time. I am a bartender and a freelance woodworker, and in addition to being race directors. So this year was particularly tough, and I have two main reflections on the year that I kind of wanted to get into, and just from my perspective, explore these topics a little bit and then look at how we can move forward. My first reflection on the year as a whole that really struck me, the one thing that really struck me was the gradual decline of the goodwill of the running community. And I'll explain what I mean. When we had to cancel the Big Turtle 50 miler, we made the cancellation announcement in early April, and right as COVID-19 was really starting to get bad in that first wave. And when we made that cancellation, we received pretty much across the board nothing but overwhelming positivity and support and encouragement. People saying, "We support you. Thank you for making the right decision for the health of everybody." And we felt really supported and encouraged, even though it was really hard for us having to, ship out 300 hats and medals, because as you know, we work out of our home and out of our garage in my small wood shop here, and turning this into a mass logistics operation where we're shipping 300 boxes out of here was pretty tough, as well as managing virtual races and all that. By the time we got to the summer and we made the decision to cancel the Hot 100, which we made on our own, just because we didn't feel like we could put on a safe, sanitary event at that particular facility, just given its amenities and layout and other factors. The response to that cancellation was pretty quiet. We didn't really receive a lot of feedback one way or another. I think by that point, most folks were pretty used to things being canceled. They expected it, and it was just sort of this, okay, another one got canceled. We were lucky enough to actually put on the Breaks Ultra, because the facility and the layout in that particular location really lent itself to being able to socially distance, as well as, I think at the time the weather was right and case counts were not surging in the way they were later in the year. So we were able to get that one off the ground and actually put on a great event. By the time we got around to Rough Trail 50K, it really seemed that the goodwill of the running community had run out. Making that cancellation decision was very tough, for one, because we made it a week before the event, because of a drastic and sudden spike in COVID-19 cases in the Red River Gorge area. The response we received was overwhelmingly negative and hostile, and I think by that point it was striking for me just to see the community that we had come to love and adore turn on us in so many ways. We were called thieves, accused of running a scam in order to steal people's money. And for those of you that know us, know that, this operation is not some big corporation that we're making a living off of. It's Brandy and I and our kids, and the kids are out there on race day. You see them. They're helping us make the medals in the weeks leading up to the races. And so to get the response that we got, now I'm not saying that it was all negative. Of course, many of you were there for us, have been there for us, and I know will be there for us in the future as we are for you. But that was particularly striking, and my one thing that I will take away from 2020 is that feeling that we had been turned on by so many people, and being called a thief for building a business that I built, that we'd built out of our home for 5 or 6 years was particularly tough to swallow. My second reflection on the year was how the need for selflessness was really the thing that seemed to divide us in America. Because this particular catastrophe of COVID-19 demanded us to do things and take actions that really caused us to sacrifice what we wanted to do in order to help other people. There was no real action, there were very few actions that we could take to make sure that we didn't get sick. Of course, we can, not touch our face, we can wash our hands, and we could isolate. But most of the actions that we were asked to take by the CDC and local health officials were actions that we could take to make sure that other people didn't get sick. Wearing masks, staying in, not going out on group runs, not going out to restaurants and bars, not doing things that we wanted to do so that other people wouldn't get sick. And it was interesting to me that was the thing that seemed to cause such a fracture in our society. And if I have one hope for myself and my family and our society at large, in Kentucky and America and worldwide, it's that we're able in 2021 and beyond to rediscover empathy and selflessness and caring about other people and knowing and making an attempt to understand what other people are going through and being able to sacrifice something for ourselves, even if we think that our rights or freedoms might be being infringed upon. If it means that someone else's life might get saved, that might be worth it. And I hope that in 2021 we begin to rediscover our humanity in that sense, if we will. And that's my commitment to myself and my family and to you, our customers and our runners at Next Opportunity Events, is that I will strive to rediscover empathy and selflessness, because I know that's something I need to improve on as well. So those are my reflections on the year, and I didn't go through all of that to be overly negative, but I felt like, we always try to be open and approachable. I want you to know who Next Opportunity Events is. It's me and Brandy and our family, and we want you to feel like you're a part of our family, just like we want to feel like we're a part of yours. We're in this together. You trust us to give you a good time when you put your credit card information in on the website and you put your hard-earned money into an event. We take that very seriously with gratitude and with respect, because it's our duty then to deliver on that. And I feel like this year, not only did we not deliver on that, there was quite a bit of conflict within the running community. And I hope that we can move forward from that, finding again our selflessness and our empathy and our love for one another and our care for one another, that we can get to these start lines again and see that we are in this together, whether we like it or not. And the more that we can put ourselves in each other's shoes, the better off we'll be and the better equipped we'll be to get through the next crisis. I look forward to spending this year with you, to putting on some good events, and hoping that we don't have to cancel any more. But I can't wait to see you all again. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. who have been there for us or will be there for us, whether you're a new follower of us and you've never been to one of our events, whether you've been to every single one of our events over the last 5 or 6 years. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for watching this video, for listening to me talk, and I hope to get to see you again very soon. See ya.